Akila can, let me introduce myself. My name is Sathish. I used to work with software. I've done my engineering. We picked up this opportunity right after our engineering, and 4 5 years we used to parallelly work and build this business. And let me tell you now, we are retired for many years now, many years now, right? And we do only this business. Our entire family, whatever we are today, is because of this business, right? And let Akila say hi.
So hi all, very happy to meet you all. And the moment Satish said, we're going to address the people from Malaysia. So I thought I'll wear this shirt, which I bought in Malaysia. Life is so beautiful, and this business, definitely brings in a lot of positivity into our lives. So as Satish mentioned, we started the business, as freshers just out of college, starting life. And honestly speaking, I did not understand the potential of the business. I just thought, okay, Satish is a real good people person. So he will build this business, and I will probably not stop him from building the business. That was the only thought I had in my mind, when I started the business, because personally, I don't talk much to people back then. So I thought this business is for people who can really converse well with people, and I'm not good at it because I was, by qualification, I'm a computer science engineer. So I was more comfortable talking to the computers than to people. And we are a family of five. Like I have four siblings, and I'm the fifth daughter. So, we had pretty much most of the conversations happening at home. So really, I did not look forward to talking to people outside of the home. So that was me. And I thought, maybe Amway, may not suit me really that well because I'm not good at talking. And as I started the business, I was a typical consumer of the products. I used to use all the products in Amway, and I liked the products. And the moment these things were happening, I had an on-site opportunity to travel to the US. So when I visited the US and I was working there for a while, I did not have a sense of belonging there. I always felt that, I always missed the home back home. We were single back then. So I had, just traveled and I was missing home. I was missing to be here in my country because I couldn't really belong there. So that's when I was thinking, and I saw a couple of my colleagues who had like left their 6 months old kid back home, and they were working with me. And the kid's first birthday, back then there was not these many WhatsApp calls and all that, so they were connected over. They had a difficulty connecting, and finally they got to see their child. And that's when I realized if I'm going to travel this path, maybe I'll end up here. Maybe in the future I may have to, travel, leaving my kid back home, which I really did not want to do. Okay, so coming back, we got married. Even then, I did not realize Amway as an opportunity. For me, Amway was a product, a good product company. That was my perception about Amway till then. But parallelly, these things were happening in my life. So I did not have a sense of belonging to where I was working. I wanted to be, back here in India, and I just traveled back. That's when we got married. And the moment we got married, we got a home loan. We bought a home. So we got into the home loan. That's when I honestly understood life. The moment we bought that home, money would come in as salary and money would go out as EMI. And, once I understood life, I was desperately looking for something, for how long can I do this? And the moment I'm going to take this path of just paying EMIs, maybe, eventually I'll end up, where I saw my boss and my colleagues, traveling this path. So I did not want that. And that is when I started attending the functions very seriously. Whatever associations were there, I started associating seriously, and I understood, I resonated really well with people who were talking from the stage. Now I understood better what they were talking. Earlier also I attended these sessions, But then I did not really connect because I thought, okay, I have a good job, probably this is for people who make lesser income, maybe I was really in a good job, so I have, a handful, a lot of money. So, I don't think, those kinds of thoughts used to be there. But then the moment I understood life, I could really resonate with people, who were talking in functions. So right now, today here, you may be able to understand certain things. You may not be able to understand certain things. That's perfectly okay. But what I want you to do is hang on, hang on in the business, stay in the business, stay connected with your appliance, speak your heart out to them. A lot of times we have a lot of apprehensions about discussing certain things with our appliance, but break that barrier, break that apprehensions, have an open conversation with your appliance, let them hear your heart. It's not just about having some logical conversations, it's about your appliance hearing your heart. That is when probably they can guide you in the right direction. You can let your appliance know that this is what I'm looking for in life. Can the business take me there, or can you show me a proof of people who have traveled there? I bet you can ask for anything and everything, and we will have people who have crossed the barrier or crossed the path that you are trying to cross right now. So you already have an evidence in hand, which will give you a better motivation to do things in the business. So stay connected with your applies. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is, once we kind of travel the life path or the career path, there are some positive things that happen in our life. For me personally, on-site opportunity was something that people would long to go. At least here in India, that is the case. People would long to go. But for me, once I started building the business seriously, I understood that that is a positive, diversion or a productive diversion that is kind of taking me away from the business. So the moment I started building the business like a business, as a business, started learning about the products, talking to people about the products and the business, I was consciously stopping all the productive diversions that happened in my life. So I had the guts to say no to many on-site opportunities, because that is going to take me away from the business. Right now we may have a lot of online sessions happening, but then if I have to kind of meet people, then I had to be in that place. So there could be productive diversions in many names. There could be a promotion which is going to take more time out of you and your business, probably to elsewhere. There could be so many productive diversions. A lot of times we think, okay, Amway is a business that I have to do on a part-time or a spare time basis, and this is my career path. This is different, that is different, but end of the day we all have only 24 hours, and we have to decide, where am I going to invest my time. And you cannot invest 12 to 15 hours in your office and expect a pin change in Amway business. That is not fair, right? When you invest time in your workplace, you can probably expect a growth there, which means more work. I'm not sure if that is also, it also means more salary in Malaysia. But here, a promotion means more work, maybe a different name that's called as designation. That's different, but it always means more work. But, when you don't invest time for business, obviously, there cannot be any growth. You cannot expect your upline and your downline to work and you move up in. That is not possible. If any of you have such plans, I tell you today, it is not going to happen unless and until we invest our time, our efforts in the business. We cannot expect growth. So beware of your productive diversions. It could be anything. A lot of people tell us that, okay, I was able to invest time when I was single. Now that I'm married, I'm finding it difficult. My wife is demanding time out of me, or my husband is asking me to spend more time, whatever be it. Or as you progress in life, maybe you have a kid, the kid might ask you for more time. So definitely there are certain life enhancements that happen, but it is always wise for us to plan. Okay, so basically, if you plan that I'm going to invest an hour's time in the Amway business, then let us make it consistent. Or if I'm too busy, I cannot invest so much time, you decide on a time. Okay, maybe it is half an hour. So I'll invest half an hour consistently every day for my business. Half an hour of productivity. Okay, half an hour of work I'm talking about. So invest the time consistently depending on your schedule, but that has to be consistent. So that consistency, if I can establish, gradually, I will see a big difference in my business. But there is no replacement for your time or effort. And education becomes a very, very, very important part of this business. I'm a big fan of Revati, ma'am. Her visualization. I'm a big fan of all her verbalization. So I'm sure you guys have imbibed that in yourself already. And education with respect to the products, with respect to the business mechanics, is a very, very integral part of this business. And a lot of people, kind of think, okay, I'm undergoing a training, or I personally don't. I personally prefer to use the name education than training. Okay, if there is a lion and the lion sits on a stool, that is not education, right? That is a training. Even anybody can be a trained kind. But when it comes to education, only a human, can evolve himself with education. So education becomes an integral part, and Amway is the only place where we get so much of education from our upline. Just think of the people who are willing to invest time on outside. I don't think there are many, unless and until you pay them some hefty amount. But here, people are genuinely interested in our growth. They genuinely invest their time. Probably that would be their family time, if not for us. So people are ready to even take out their family, a part of their family time, to invest on us. So we have to truly respect that. And the only payback that we can do is educating ourselves, empowering ourselves, and extending that to somebody, in our own organization. Okay. So eventually, whatever we learn, how much ever we educate, it is definitely, it comes into help only when we implement it, right? So get yourself educated as much as possible and try implementing it. And I'm sure, we can rock this business. Back to you, Sathish.
Now, Akila will again, he'll connect back again. Okay, perfect. So, so number one, I'm not here to motivate. We are not here to motivate you. No motivation. Motivation is very, very temporary. We are here to transform you. Transformation is permanent. We believe in transformation, right? In fact, yesterday I was reading an article. It says lukewarm water will not create any changes. If at all you want to, lukewarm water will not move the locomotive. You know what I mean? Same way, uh, uh, the basic motivation, anybody can get motivation. But there's something called transformation, perfect transformation. And this next 1 hour, 1.5 hour, it is going to be a transforming session. When we used to be there at 9%, 12%, 15%, 18%, 2 years once, 3 years once, they used to spot Pereira sir and Gladstone sir in somewhere in Pandi Bazaar. They used to bring him to Wani Mahal. And we used to get so much of inspiration. Whenever we see him, when the few words he speaks, I still remember he used to tell Sathish, don't sponsor, never stop sponsoring front lines till you go founders, crown ambassador. And this is okay, right? This angle is okay. You're okay? Good, right? Yeah, perfect. So he used to tell, don't ever stop sponsoring frontline till you go crown ambassador. Minimum sponsor 4 to 5 frontline in a month. Never stop sponsoring. Those sessions, we didn't get motivated. We transformed ourselves. So we just want to do the same thing here also, right? So I'm going to, thanks Akila. She shared a lot of things. She'll come back. And once we finish this, we'll get into the Q&A where Akila can, we both will answer so that now some of you already started asking questions. If at all you have a question, send it to um, um, host and co-host, host of both of them, and chat. I'm the first topic which I'm going to tell why we started this business. Quickly, very quickly. Number one, there's something called good life. There's something called great life, and you cannot compare a great life with a good life. 95% of the people in this world, they get into good life and they get into a syndrome, disease called arrival syndrome. Good job, good business, good, good life, right? But this business will give you great life, right? And there is a Greek concept, Mark Aurelius. No, there is a concept called arete, arete, whatever. Arete is like what actually what we are capable of doing, right? And what we are doing. There's a gap. And what we are actually doing, but what we are capable of doing. And this gap is the exact difference between good life and a great life. So why we started this? We both used to work with software, good salary, everything was good on site. Okay, everything is good, but now nothing like being your own boss. Nothing like FIRE, FIRE, financial independence, retire early. FIRE, the acronym of FIRE as financial independence, retire early. So nothing can beat. Maybe, you know, big guy in corporate, big guy in anything else. But let me tell you something. Still, it is a cage, maybe a golden cage. But the bird need to fly in the sky. Why are we sitting inside the cage? So the number one reason why we picked up this opportunity is like we want to get into this great life. We want to have that financial independence. We want to get it. We want to retire early. We want to live without debts. We want to drive nice cars. We want to travel the world, and we want to spend quality time with our parents, with our family, with our daughter, and we want to inspire people. We want to like become a role model for people, and these are legitimate dreams, right? Nothing wrong in thinking about these things or achieving these things, right? Legitimate dreams, right? And this, when the moment we understood that this business will give us this kind of life, we are like, we just got married to this business. That's it. That's it. Total commitment. So that's our reason number one, the why part. Why we picked up this opportunity. If you're somebody here, most of the time, what happens? We get comfortable with comfort zone. There's something called comfort zone. We get comfortable with that. We started. We will start. Get into this compromise mode, excuse mode. We ourselves give reasons for not doing certain things. We all of a sudden will become mood-based business owner, mood-based entrepreneurs, right? For us, once we decide this, we never turn back, right? We identify the reason why we do what we do. This business is nothing but a vehicle. But the question is where exactly you want to go with this vehicle. If you don't know that, if you don't have a clarity about the destination you want to go, maybe 1 or 2 hours later, after the journey, you may get down, right? Then one of the habit of seven habits of highly effective people, right? Stephen Covey says, start with the end in mind. Start with end in mind. And we started this business with the end in mind. We are going to work hard. We are going to work consistently. We are going to work till we achieve financial independence, till we achieve retirement, till we achieve founder grown ambassador. And it's like breathing for us. It's like eating for us. It is like brushing for us, right? It's like it's a habit now. The building this business, working for this business, right? So that this is our reason why part. You want to add anything, Akila? Why part?
So with respect to the why part, one thing that I have always insisted, we share in our groups is try and write it down every single day, because a lot of times we kind of think, okay, let me make some money from Amway. Then I will start writing. Okay, that doesn't work, because we have to first know what we want exactly, to kind of move ourselves out to build the business. So always identify your why part, and your why has to be something emotional. It cannot be something like nice to have. It will be really nice if I have, but it's okay if I don't have also, kind. That does not work. Our why has to be really, really an emotional goal. For me personally, it was, being a stay-at-home mom. Once I get my baby, that was my, truly an emotional goal, because I had some financial commitments. So I had to make sure that I finish off all my financial commitments that I had. So, I can be a stay-at-home mom. That was really driving me every single day, because I had to really, really, really put in all the efforts. So identify your emotional goals. It could be a financial goal, it could be some emotional goal, like spending more time with your family, or it could be a spiritual goal. It could be anything, but identify that, and start visualizing it and write it every single day. A lot of people will have a dream book wherein they probably list down their dreams when they start the business. But after a few months, some of us may not even know where the dream book is, right? But when we start writing the top priorities, maybe the top 5 to 10 priorities every single day, that gives us the clarity. Sometimes we start on day one. By day 30, when you look at your day one and day 30, there could be a lot of difference. What that defines is our priority. What you thought was a priority on day one may not even exist on your, vision book on day 30. That gives us a better clarity, and attach your emotional goal with a business goal. Okay, because a lot of people write their emotional goal and they don't attach it with a business goal. Then eventually you may or may not achieve the goal, but then achieving it through the business gives you the conviction of building the business with better clarity. So it could be a very small goal, big goal, doesn't matter. It is your goal. End of the day, it is something cherishable for you. So definitely make sure, if you're a beginner in the business, maybe you can set a small goal, attach it with a business goal of the first or second pin level, and do it. A lot of times when we achieve that business goal, people think, okay, I will redefine, do something big, and then enjoy the reward. That may not work. Okay, so please make sure it kind of goes hand in hand. You have an emotional goal, you attach a business goal. Once you achieve the business goal, make sure enjoy that little reward. So as you keep picking up the smaller rewards, eventually you will reach the destination. And the most important thing is the journey. A lot of times it is not the destination, it is actually the journey that gives you a lot of beautiful memories. So, life is all about collecting those beautiful memories, right? So, please make sure you define it every single day.
Thanks, Akila. So the number one is the why part. The number two, how exactly we need to prepare ourselves, right? A lot of people, they get into this business, they work with the same mindset, they work with the bottom 95% mindset, and they expect top 5% result. It's like நீங்க இட்லி போட்டா இட்லி தான் ஊத்தலாம். இட்லிக்கு மாவு போட்டுட்டு அதை எடுத்து பூரி போட முடியாது. பூரிக்கு மாவு பிசைஞ்சிட்டு அதை எடுத்து இட்லி, you cannot make idli out of puri mav. You know what I mean? The mindset, right? The $1 million will happen, but before that, $1 million changes should happen. There's a definition for insanity. Doing the same thing, expecting different results. பைத்தியம், முத்தி போன பைத்தியம். பைத்தியத்திலேயே கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம் பைத்தியம். அது என்ன பைத்தியம் பண்ணும்? They don't they don't change their mindset. They don't work on their mindset. They don't strengthen their mindset. They don't, எண்ணம் போல் வாழ்க்கை, எண்ணம் போல் வாழ்க்கை. தாமரையின் உயரம் தண்ணீரின் உயரம், மனிதனின் உயரம் எண்ணங்களின் உயரம். Unless until you change your thoughts, you change your thought process, mindset, your bank account will not match it. ஒருவேளை லக்கி ஜம்ப் அடிச்சிருச்சு பேங்க் அக்கவுண்ட் அப்படின்னா, it will always reverse back and it will match your mindset. You know what I mean? So working on your mindset is important. Now let me tell you how exactly we worked on this mindset. Number one, you need to prepare. This mental toughness, the operating, இப்போ ஒரு ஸ்மார்ட் போன் இருக்கு அப்படின்னா, this operating system is more important. Am I right? Unless until nothing, we cannot do anything without this operating system. So நம்மளோட mindset. So number one, read a lot of books. Associate with people who have proper mindset, right? You spend time with 5 people and you will become the 6th one. You know what I mean, right? So choose the friend in a proper way. Associate yourself, right? Attend training programs. Every single day we feed 3-4 times we feed, right? What are we feeding our brain every single day? This is like a garden. Success, a pin, diamond shape, crown ambassador is like a butterfly. Once you set up the garden, you will attract the butterflies. You cannot chase butterflies. You cannot own success. You cannot chase success. You can only attract success. You know what I mean? You can only attract success through your mindset, through your work ethics, right? So the number 2, the second topic which I want to cover, preparing yourself, right? So Akila was telling about education, right? Lion can sit in a place we can train, but the real education happens once the lion get into the forest. Am I right? Same way, you prepare, work, realign, think, adjust, reinvent, restart, focus, again prepare. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. A lot of us, we know, no? The moment we spend 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 1 year into this business, we get into this arrival syndrome again. I know everything. I know everything syndrome. Never ever get into this. We are into the business for many, many years. We have found Emerald this business. What we feel is, we feel like just getting started. We just build this business with innocence. We learn new things every single day. Recently, Akila finished her, certification and all, right? A lot of certification. She used to prepare till 2 o'clock in the morning. Every single day for last 6 months time, like a college kid, about nutrition, about fitness, about this one, how we can, basically entrepreneurs are nothing but we solve problem in the marketplace. We solve problem in the marketplace, right? To solve problem in the marketplace, we need to upgrade ourselves. We should not have that problem first. We should be problem free to give solution to people, right? So the number 2 topic is, have a strong mindset. Prepare every single day. Spend a time 15-20 minutes a day. Feed your brain. University on wheels. When you travel, feed your brain. Listen to audiobooks. Get into TED Talks. Get into read books about emotional intelligence. Read books about people handling. Your upline will suggest you books. Learn, listen, work on your mindset. You want to add anything?
Yeah, sure. So here I would definitely want to add something with respect to the girls' perspective, because a lot of times in handling a family, especially, there might be more responsibilities for the women. As in, you may have your job, and then you may have to handle family. You may have kids. So obviously they need especially the growing kids. They might need more attention and more time. And apart from that, when you have this business, it might be too overwhelming for us sometimes, right? Like, I'm kind of juggling too many things. I really don't find myself for, the me time. These are the basic issues that any woman can have. And a lot of times what happens is preparation takes the back seat, because action plays an important role. Maybe I'll do my demonstrations and all of that. But this preparation takes a backseat, especially when it comes to reading a book or certain aspects like that, right? So one thing that I would recommend is the ABCDE of prioritization. So the prioritizing our time. So there are certain A activities, maybe with respect to your job, with respect to your family, and with respect to the business. So we have to ensure that all the A activities are perfectly done. And then comes the B activities. So B activities are probably important, but not that urgent. So A activities are definitely important and urgent. And then comes the C activity. It may not be important and it may not be that urgent. So these are the things that you can, kind of put it away for a while and maybe attend to later. So on a daily basis, we can, revisit our time schedule and then look for these activities. Okay, whatever activity I have done today, is it all A activity or have I done some C activity also? And then comes the D and E. So D are the activities that you can actually delegate to somebody. You can get it done through somebody. A lot of times now, people keep doing all the household chores, to the best possible perfection. Maybe there are certain times that you can delegate that to somebody, so you can invest your time on better productivity. Maybe if I have to hire a resource for say about an hour, it might cost me some money, and that time I can invest into something more productive, wherein I'm going to be even more successful in my business. And then there are certain E activities which can be totally eliminated from our lives. We don't really need them right now, especially when we are building a flourishing business. So on a daily basis, we can look into our calendars. Maybe 8 hours of work is something that we cannot disturb. Then we can just assign that time for work. And then the family time, maybe we can prioritize a few hours where the kids are really active and expecting us to be present. Let us be mindfully present. A lot of times what happens, especially in the digital era, physically we are present, but we are actually not available for the kids. And I feel for kids, love is spelled as TIME. Okay, so it is time, the mindful time that I can give. It could be an hour, or however it works out, but am I mindfully present for my child? And then comes the the productivity in the business. So if all my days I am focusing on my A activities, 24 hours, maybe I have some rest time, like say an 8 hours of sleep, and the remaining time, if I can invest only for my A activities, I can be, very sure that, you will flourish in your career, you will flourish in your business, you will as well flourish in your family life. So especially for ladies, please prepare, your time this way, and definitely education plays a very important role to take us forward, because a lot of people think, okay, I have been building this business for a while, but I still don't have a team, or I still don't have people who are serious about this business, but I have been dedicating myself for this business. So one thing that I would recommend is pray for the quality, right? Like tomorrow you get a team of say 100 people. Am I qualified enough to handle those 100 people, or can I really value add to those 100 people? If not, now is the time for me to elevate myself, so I can give, right? Like only if I have, I can give. If I don't have, I cannot give. Even if there are people ready to take, if I don't have, I cannot give. So if you feel like, okay, I don't have a team yet, I don't have a code distributor yet, it is time for you to invest in yourself and elevate yourself up. So tomorrow you get a team of 100 people, you can be very confident to tell that, yes, I can add value to these people.
Yeah. Thanks, Akila. கடவுளுக்கு தெரியும் யாருக்கு டீம் கொடுக்கணும், எப்போ கொடுக்கணும், எவ்வளவு பெரிய டீம் கொடுக்கணும். Once there's a saying, right? When the student is ready, teacher will appear. When the student is ready, teacher will appear. Same way, when the entrepreneur is ready, and the mindset is ready, and the leader is ready, team will appear. Unless until number பில் பிரெட் சொல்லுவார், ஒரு ஒரு கேரவன் போவோம் நாய் துரத்தும் அப்படி சொல்லுவாரு. பட் கொஸ்டின் என்னன்னா, அது துரத்துதா பிடிக்குதா மேட்டர் இல்ல, பிடிச்சி என்ன பண்ண போகுதுன்னு கேட்பார். நாய் வந்து the moment the நாய் the dog go and catches that caravan, moving caravan, what is he going to do with that caravan? அந்த மாதிரி the mindset is not right. Even if you get a team, what are we going to do with that team? Got it? So that's number two. The number three topic which I want to cover, work ethics. One is thought process, right? Proper thought process. The next one is proper habit. That's work ethics, right? Without changing thoughts and habits, nothing is going to change. And this business is a hard work like any other business in the world, right? The moment we get into this business, we work 15 hours a day, we work 25 days in a month, we get paid for that. To do that work, we studied maybe 20 years, 25 years, we studied, millions of rupees we have spent, right? Trinkets, whatever money we have spent to get educated us, to educate ourselves. Then we work. There's office politics, so many things we do, then we make money. The same guy, the moment he get into Amway, treat this business in a very, very different way. They don't work, they don't learn, and all of a sudden they'll say, nothing happened in Amway, I'm quitting Amway. You know, we should not get upset for the work which we have not done. Note this down. Don't get upset for the work which you have not done. ஒருத்தர் வந்து ரெண்டு பேர் சண்டை போடுவாங்க, ஒரு காமெடி வரும், ரெண்டு பேர் சண்டை போடுவாங்க. என்ன ஏன்டா சண்டை போடுறீங்கன்னு கேட்டா, இந்த வீடு மாடு வந்து என்னோட நிலத்துல this buffalo ate my crop. Then the guy will ask me, where is your land? The land I'm going to buy. Where is your buffalo? Buffalo also we want to buy. Imaginary scene, they are fighting with each other. Same way, people get upset for the work they have not done, right? Don't even get into that crowd, that percentage of people. Work. Now, getting back to work, all you need to do is morning get up, before you go back to sleep. Akila was telling about your activity. Focus on the work ethics. On the go. There is a book called Compound Effect. In fact, there is an audio book of Compound Effect by Darren Hardy itself. This will be available on YouTube or Mixcloud, SoundCloud, or so many apps are there. Search Compound Effect by Darren Hardy audio book. You'll get a free copy. Listen to that point. Listen to that audio book. Life is all about small things you do and small things you neglect. Wherever you are today is the compound effect of last 5 years thought process, 5 years work ethics. Not only in terms of business, in terms of your health, in terms of your wealth, in terms of your peace of mind, in terms of your mindset, in terms of your relationship. Everything is a compound effect of all the good things you did last 5 years, all the bad things you did for last 5 years. Accumulation, nothing. Got it? So the work, every single day, we all have 24 hours time. There is, I was reading a book called Elastic Habit. I was reading, not the full book. I was going through that concept of the book called Elastic Habit. What do you mean by elastic habit? It's like you don't break the habit. Elastic will not break. Elastic will stretch or elastic will shrink, but elastic will not break. Am I right? So you should not break certain habits in our business. Preparation, getting in new partners, reaching out to new clients, building communities, upgrading yourself with products, using the products, you self-using the products, getting into proper fitness, right? These are some of the A activities, right? And you should never ever stop doing this. Good day, bad day, worst day, horrible day, happy days, Diwali, Pongal, Christmas. You should do the basic work every single day. Hard work. When you are in good day, you stretch the habit. Do 100 calls, 50 consultation. Reach out to people. Stretch. When you are not in good mood, minimum 10 calls. Nothing less than 10 calls. Now tell me, can you say this in your office? I have a bad day. I cannot come to office. I'm not feel like working. I have a fight with my wife, so I cannot work for one week in office. Can you tell this in your corporate career? Can you do that? You'll be thrown out. The same guy, whatever the function, whatever the fight happens, whatever the mindset, whatever the upset, they do the basic work. They may not perform well, but they do the basics, the basic responsibilities. They do those work in office. The same guy, the moment they come to Amway, one small fight with wife, 10 days no work. Both husband and wife. Wife pregnant, no work for 10 days, 10 months. Wife, kid in 10th standard or 12th standard, I don't know about Malaysia. Kids in 10th standard, 12th standard, the whole family disappear from the planet. They'll come back only. It's like, why are we doing that? You know, this business is like the consistency is a key. The consistency, that's a key, the real key factor. Lot of people, it is like one going crown ambassador is like one event. In that event, you go platinum, you go founder platinum, you go sapphire, emerald, diamond. It's like a process. A lot of people work towards 9%. They achieve 9%. They get into this arrival syndrome. They stop working. They come back. Again, they'll go to 12%. They achieve 12%. 6 months break. Never ever do that. You cannot rent out success. You cannot own success in Amway. You can only rent out success in Amway. And rent should be paid every single day. Rent should be paid every single. Taking care of this garden, it's a daily work. Am I right? You cannot say I maintain garden for 6 months. Next 6 months I'll not see that garden. The garden will die. Garden will turn into weeds and bushes, and it will become a. You cannot. You cannot. For the past work cannot hold the garden. Same way, this business, the consistent work ethics. When somebody asks us, Satish, how come you have big team? You have a solid customer base, sustainable business. Lot of people ask me. Our only reply to them is we are consistent with our work ethics, with our mindset. So the third important topic which I've covered now is like consistent. Do whatever you do. So note down this formula. There's a formula called 6-letter formula. Dream big. Start small. Act now. Dream big. Start small. Act now. There's a book called Tiny Habits. This book is by B.J. Fogg. B.J. Fogg is the head of Stanford University. He's a behavior scientist for the last 25 years. He owns his own laboratory in Stanford University. And he wrote a book called Tiny Habits. If habit is a problem for you, pick up this book, read this book. There's a book called Atomic Habit. There is a book called Practicing Mind. Grit. Pick up these books. Everybody, compound effect. All these books says the consistent small work you do will get into the right. And Akila, I want to share.
With respect to consistency, we can very well do a small activity right now. We are here in India. You people are connected from different parts of Malaysia. But I can still help you check out the pulse of your business. So you can just pick up your phone and go for the call history. And for the past 1 week, you can look into the calls that you have actually made. Okay, not the calls that you have received, the calls that you have made. Okay, so if there are not much of business conversations in the past 1 week, then probably we are still considering Amway as a very small, tiny business. Okay, but if you can see for the past 1 week, you have made a lot of calls for business, as in approaching people regarding the business opportunity, then I can confidently tell that you have a growing team. right? And if the past 1 week's call history, you can see a lot of calls to your clients, to your customers. I can tell you that you're building a flourishing retail business, right? So there is no rocket science, there is no secret, there is no, something unique or something different, nothing. So for people who are growing in the business, the call history kind of keeps growing and growing. And for people who have larger teams, they have made multiple calls. It is quite visible. You can pick up. I mean, if they are okay with it, you can pick up anybody's phone. Who are building a flourishing business, you will see a call history that has a lot of outgoing calls for business. If you see somebody who is doing a lot of retail, I can confidently tell the call history has a lot of calls to their clients. So there is no rocket science behind this. And if you do this, very, very consistently, then you have an advantage. So for me personally, the advantage is you can never see Sathish in my call history because he's always around. I don't have really a need to, talk to him over phone. So, but when we get this, like, you can talk to your spouse whenever you want to, is when you kind of invest the work ethics with respect to your call history for your clients and your team. So this is the simplest thing I guess can do. If you have a question, why I did not have a great, team or, a big team. So your call history is the answer. So the moment you change your call history, you will see that you are creating history in Amway.
There is so much to do with phone history, right? Good, great. I always tell my team there is something called game time. Note this down. There's something called game time. There's something called clock time. Clock time is how many months you are in business. 2 years, 24 months, 10 years, 120 months. How many months you are into business? That's a clock time. But clock time alone will not help you to make money in this. There's something called game time. In this clock time, what is your game time? How many days you work your business? How many days you reached out to people for business? How many days you reached out to clients for products? How many times you spoke to a client? I speak to Danison every single day. This afternoon I spoke to sir. I was telling sir, I was telling, last week also I told him, today also I told him, you know. So the clock time, lot of people, the clock time will be 2 years, but game time will be only 2 months. And they'll be thinking, I'm there in Amway for 2 years. No, you started Amway 2 years back, but the work happened out of 12 months to out of 24 months, only 2 months only you open the shop. Nobody will pay you money if you close down the shop. Conventional business. All days you need to open the shop. Diwali, Ramzan, Pongal, Diwali. Any day they'll open the shop. Rain, shine, they open the shop. We take things on. There's a policy called zero price policy. This is the understand this. There's a policy called zero price policy. What do you mean by that? Whenever we pay 0 rupees, we take things for granted. It's called zero price policy. Walking 10,000 steps is free of cost. Zero price policy. People don't walk. Laughter, smile, laughter. Zero price policy. You need not pay anybody to laugh. God gave you things so that you can laugh. But people don't laugh. Husband and wife, the love with each other is a zero price policy. No, we don't charge each other to love each other. But we take things for granted. Kids, zero price policy. Parents, your parents will talk to you for hours together. But zero price policy. People take things for granted. Drinking water, zero price policy. We don't drink water. Instead, we buy Coke and drink. You know what I mean? I mean, we're there in Malaysia, the amount of food these people are eating. And we were telling the whole Malaysia, we need to do gut reset. The gut reset, right? The whole Malaysia. Every Pelita, there are 1,000, 2,000 clients right there, night 2 o'clock, sitting there, waiting for you for gut reset. All right? Huge potential. With that gut reset alone, you guys can go double crown ambassador, a triple crown ambassador. You know, so zero price. Building Amway business is zero price policy. You don't pay anything to. You don't have a retail outlet. You don't have stocks at home. Your upline will train you at free of cost. You know, you can sponsor people, any number of people. You need not pay salary to your downline. Anything, everything is free, but still people take things for granted. Note this down. Bottom 95% people in this world, they take things for granted. Top 5% people around this world, they take things as granted. There's a big difference between people taking things for granted, people taking things as granted. We took things as granted. We took this business as granted. Big difference. Okay. Now, moving on to the next topic, the last topic. Probably with that, we will pass it on to our host. They have some questions. We'll be very, very happy to. We are also amateur. We are just LKG in this business. But whatever we know, we'll share. Right. The last segment. What exactly I need to do, Sathish? What exactly I need to do? And if we do that, what will happen? Right? We have two eyes in this business: team building, volume building, clients, partners. Two eyes. Two eyes. So with respect to team building, IPL is happening in India. You know, Chennai Super Kings, Mumbai Indians, Royal RCB. You know, so many. It's like a festival here in India. Cricket is a festival here in India. Some of you may follow cricket in India also. 2020 is happening. Let me tell you, set a goal to have 20 partners. 20 partners. Set a goal. 20 partners from 6 different teams. That's the eagle structure. That's the eagle. Maybe the terminology may differ, but even Malaysia, India, everywhere Diamond should have 6 leagues, 6 teams, right? 6 platinums, 6 founder platinums, right? So that eagle structure is 6 profitable teams. Through that 6 teams, set a goal to have 20 people, 20 people, 20 strong leaders, 6 different teams. Work for this structure with a lot of sense of urgency, a lot of youngsters. Every youngster, everywhere in the world, they're looking, searching for opportunities. We need to give them in a proper way. You know what I mean? Right? They're looking for quality business. They're paying money somewhere and they're scammed across the world. And we have a genuine, proven, historic opportunity with this. 65 years, 70 years, we have opportunity with us. So much of products, real business. We have real proof in hand. Multi-millionaires through this business. Right? So with respect to this eye, you need to work on 6 teams and 20 plus people. So all the 50 people here in this call, if you all work towards having 20 people in your team, from your team, you'll be 1,000 people attending the Zoom meeting very soon. That's what happened in our business. Right? So that's one eye. The next eye, set a goal to have 20 solid families using Amway products. 20 families, repeated, happy, satisfied clients. When you have a happy client, that's a legal way of printing money. Try to understand this. Legal way. Printing money is illegal, right? Anywhere in the world. But the legal way of you becoming multi-millionaire is having happy clients. The word of mouth should take off. Somebody is using the product, they should go out and tell people, there is a guy and there's a girl, and this lady will give you solution for your PCOD. This lady will help you to do your weight loss. This lady, this couple will help you to arrest your hair fall, clear your skins. That word of mouth is powerful, brutally powerful. So 6 teams, 20 total, 20 numbers, 20 solid families. So once you have 20 solid clients with all the referrals coming in, you get into this 300 PV, 500 PV circle. And when you have 6 teams, when you reproduce that, when you teach these people, you'll be somewhere around 2000, 3000 PV. I don't know which pin in Malaysia is 3000 PV. Cam, what level is 2500 PV, Cam?
2,500 is still 9%. 3,000 is 12%.
Perfect. 3000 or 2000. Okay, let's suppose 2000 PV, 2500 PV, 9%, right? And how much money they make, Cam, at this 9% level?
9% around 500 ringgit to about 1,000 ringgit.
Perfect. 500 to 1000 ringgit. And all you need to do is the moment you make 500 to 1000 ringgit part-time profit, teach these 6 teams, teach these 20 people to make that kind of money what you're making. And let me tell you, you'll be a solid founder platinum in this business. Solid founder platinum. You'll get into trips, you'll travel the world and whatnot. This business will give you a lot of satisfaction. This business will give you a lot of happiness, peace of mind, good health, relationships, things which money cannot buy, intangibles, right? What exactly we got from this business? Let me tell you, I told you, right? These are the reasons we picked up this opportunity. And we have able to achieve so many things in our life. We're able to travel the world. We have been to 20 different countries. None of our family members, none, never, ever, till Adam Eva, nobody travel in our family, both our families, 20 countries. We travel, if you can, most of you are connected with us in Instagram. We travel a lot, right? Probably the last couple of years, whatever the travel we have done, which if we would have saved that money, I would have bought a big bungalow in Chennai. That kind of money we spend in travel. For me, traveling is like it's creating memories. Travel is one thing, one expenses will make you rich actually. When you buy something, you become poor. But when you travel, you become rich. No? End of the day, we don't want to get into the regret at the age of 70 or 80. We don't do these things. No, never, nothing. We travel. A lot of people live poor, die rich. We want to live rich. There's a big difference between living poor and dying rich. There's a difference. This business will help you to live rich, right? So we travel. We are able to create a lot of assets for ourselves, properties, assets, you know. And let me tell you, this is just only Founder Emerald, and long way to go. And Founder Emerald itself is giving us a lot of choices in life. Just imagine what Founder EDC can do. That's what Gladstone said, right? And whenever we get to know about his lifestyle, the way he travel, the inspiration, we get so much of inspiration. You're able to see them very closely, right? And so many things we got from this business. So I'm done with this. Work on your 6 solid teams. Work on your 20 numbers with the sense of urgency, and work on your client base, 20 solid families, And while doing this work, some may go out, some may get in, some may things you can control, things you don't control. Your entire energy should be there for the things you can control. Forget and ignore about things you cannot control. I have this policy. Whenever I get into something, I'll always think, is this in my control or is not in my control? If it is in my control, I control. If it is not in my control, I just ignore. You know what I mean? In terms of my worries, in terms of my peace of mind, in terms of my happiness, I always have this circle. Got it? So, focus on things. Take one day at a time. Don't beat yourself. A lot of people, the moment they set big goals, they'll get into so rigid format. The moment I go platinum, then only I laugh. It is not the pin which is giving us happiness. It is the happiness will get you the pin. Gratitude. Have gratitude for all the good things you already have. Thank you is the most powerful prayer in the world. Say thank you for all the good things you already have. With happiness, with the gratitude, chase big goals. Don't get tricked in this way. Don't tell people that I'll only achieve this, then I'll do this. No. Parallelly, you need to do this. Focus on things. It's all about, consistent mindset and consistent work ethics. We still have fun. We had fun in 9% also. If you're not happy at your 9%, how will you happy in founder platinum? If you're not happy in founder platinum, how will you be happy in? If you're not happy in two-wheeler, you cannot be happy in four-wheeler. If you're not happy in your rented home, you cannot be happy in your own home. If you're not happy in your local holiday, you cannot be happy in you cannot be happy in international holiday also. Happiness, the success will only multiply the happiness which you already have. Build this business with a lot of happy heart. Lot of the way you build this business, people should think this guy is happy. And there are less number of happy people in this world right now, as of now. Complicated people, angry people, worry people. These people with complicated things are more nowadays around the world. So when you are simple and happy and you attract people, magnetized. When the iron cannot lift things, but magnetized iron can lift 5 times of its weight. The moment you magnetize yourself, you will attract more number of good people into your life, more resources. Stay tuned. Do well.
Thank you, Sathish. You briefed it so beautifully, right? So many pointers. One thing that I wanted to add is, the connect that we have with our team, right? So our LOS is the only, our line of sponsorship is the only asset that we have in this business. Okay, so always look for strong friendships in the LOS, because end of the day, people do not join Amway, people join you, right? So it is very, very important that the relationship, the connects that we do in our organization is of prime importance. And a lot of times, we talk about the products, we talk about the quality of products that Amway have. But what we have in the Amway business is our LOS, right? Our line of sponsorship, that is an asset, right? So if you have a beautiful home, it's not that you will not even, look into the home and it will stay beautiful. Doesn't happen that way, right? If you have a beautiful home, then you have to maintain it. You have to, kind of keep renewing it. So similarly, we have to invest in the asset that we have in our LOS. So, we have to keep kind of renewing that relationships. We cannot take people for granted. Maybe they are in the business for these many years, so they must know all these things by now. That cannot happen. So end of the day, we keep renewing those relationships on every single day, and eventually your asset stays beautiful, as it has always been. So with that, I'm done.
Thank you, Cams. Thanks for your time. I think my time was up. Such a lovely team. Let me tell you, all the family photos of Gladstone and Violet ma'am, the entire family. But I know this two couple closely, Arian and Angel. We invited them for our team meet, and like let me tell you, our entire team is they're a big fan of them. And Dr. Atel, right? I don't know whether I'm pronouncing the name in the right way. Atel and Revati, right? And such a lovely couple, cute couple. And thank you, sir. Thank you. One more time, I started my our speech by thanking Gladstone, sir, because of that seed. Every seed has a potential of million for us. The seed which he's sown, 40 years back, 45 years back, and the entire South India business belongs to him. You know what I mean, right? And and that's our future. That's our future. We should, and there's a huge potential. The way direct selling is growing in Malaysia and India, across the world, with the technologies we have, the social medias we have, all these technology, our business is already powerful. With the technology, with social media, our business is extremely powerful nowadays. And Cam, back to you. If you have any questions, we'll get into that mode. And over to you, Cam.
Thank you so Thank you so much to our esteemed guest speakers, Akila and Sathish, I think your sharing today was perfectly on point, 101%. And I believe that 1 hour, 15 minutes we have spent listening from you, every detail you have shared was very valuable. So we're not going to end now yet because we still have Q&A for you. Uh, I just would like to ask the audio team, boy, Idiot, can you put the speakers side by side so I can see them in my video side by side? But one thing I realized during your sharing, one thing I personally see, you guys are so knowledgeable is because of your education. As what you all mentioned many times, that education, your mindset, it is so powerful. That's why you can speak like this. And I believe because the amount of reading that you have done, the amount of the books and audios that you have engaged in, that's why you are great speakers, and that's why there's greatness within you. Because to come to your level, she has to go up first. And I believe that you've mentioned that congratulations to Akila. You did your certificates in nutrition and everything. And life is always about journey of self-improvement. The moment you stop about improving yourself is the downfall happens. So life is always a journey. And I believe that the way you shared is I feel like I'm seeing a next author, a book author going to publish one of the bestsellers in New York or something. Very good points that you all gave. Okay, so thank you so much for that. And I believe many of you all have noted down their inputs and everything. And I got a few questions. And those of you who have questions, please do share in the chat session here. Meanwhile, I'll ask the questions, and if you can share on the chat group, my wife will jot it down and bring it to me, so that I cannot see the questions because my screen is too small actually. Okay, I'm using my phone. Akila, I will go both of you all. I will just go to Akila first. You mentioned this now earlier on your first part of the session is you understood life. It was a very key point you made there, that you understood life. And you mentioned that that commitment of understanding life, changed your perception. And you said that you attended multiple functions, but there is definitely one function that made you have this understanding about life and business. Because what our FC said down there, in order to we always have a good life. Most of us, 50 of us here, are having a good life. And I find that statement very impactful, but we want to have a great life, to be a person of significance when we live, live our legacy so that it can be fulfilled. But what is it that you know, the thing that you said, understood life and the event that changed you? Can you share a bit on that?
Yeah, sure. So that was a beautiful question. Thank you so much for the question. So, when we start life, like, when we graduate out of college and, we get into a job, you make that money, and it is from zero to some huge amount. Like, when you are in college, you don't make that income. But when you make an income, you feel like, you have it all. I have so much money in my hand. I can do so many things. And you feel like, okay, I have to go spend, go a party with my friends. This used to be the mindset. But when you get into a commitment in life, probably a financial commitment or a time commitment, that is when we actually start understanding the real life. A lot of us here, when people start their life with an education loan, like, there are people who probably go for a loan to get their education done. Their commitment starts much early. But then, as long as you don't have any commitment in life, we don't, at least I did not understand the entire picture. I thought, okay, money will keep coming and I'll keep spending like this forever. And the moment the commitment came into our life, that is when, the real picture or the real value of money comes in. And to me, there are a lot of FEDs, because FED is a place where you have a lot of people, a lot of speakers coming in and addressing us. That makes sense. But to me personally, one life lesson that I have in this business is Every function is an important function, because you never know what you have missed out of a function if you have not attended that function. There could be something that you had to listen in a function, and if you had missed, or sometimes we do things on the go, right? Like you just put your earphone on one ear and you keep listening. So if we don't mindfully attend a function, even that could be a costliest miss. So every function is an important function, irrespective of the speaker, irrespective of the time zone. Definitely, the moment we are committed to the business, we have to be present in every function, because every function is going to make a huge impact in our business and life.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I totally agree, because you don't know which function is the one that is a turning point. So I agree with you. Every function is important, because those who attended this function today, 99% or 99.99%, they were inspired by your session. Definitely. I will give room for error for 0.01 because we're all mortals, you're not perfect. But 99.9999%, you all have gave an inspiring session. So now I come back to FC Satish Raj. One thing I see in your Instagram is that you do a lot of teachings. I see that you do a lot of teaching for students, and I see that you always post up your students' feedback, and they are most of the time your students whatever you taught them changed them, and that's why they post back great feedback on you. Okay, the thing I want to ask you is about the Amway business, because I know that you all have a very big group in South India. How did you all do the business to build it with such great speed and success? Because many of you, I know you all work with a lot of young people, and young people usually, as Akila mentioned, when the commitment is not there, they're still on the honeymoon period. They sway away a bit. But when the commitment is there, they are it changes them to I need more money. So what did you all do to build a successful business via Zoom?
Perfect. Thanks, Cam. So in India, we call each other Cam. In our group, we Cam. Malaysia, all call FC, right? So Cam is countermeasure, right? Okay, now. So thank you for that question, Cam. Okay, now meeting college students. This is like my passion for me. Social responsibility, you know. Um, but the glory goes to our business. This business gave me back my time so that I can go and meet students, right? I've trained 40, 50,000 students till now, right? I'm a guest lecturer in more than 100 plus colleges, right? But this business gave me back the time. If I'm working in a corporate, how can I visit all these colleges? Not possible. Number one. Number two, there are so many entrepreneurs with the time, but they don't have content to speak. What they can speak. This business gave me back both time and mindset and content. If you don't, this is like a bank and this is like an ATM. If you don't have deposit in your bank, you cannot withdraw it from the ATM. You know what I mean? So thanks to that and through those college sessions, we're able to identify so many business builders, so many product users. That's a ever growing. It's like a solid database, right? So that's one thing. And I strongly believe if I'm going to inspire 100 students or 200 students in a session, it's a blessing for me and my family. It's a pure blessing. You know, even their own parents don't know how to guide them, how to motivate them. They don't have. And these kids are distracted through a lot of through social media and WhatsApp, Instagram. They are distracted to the core. Billions of dollars people are spending to distract them, right? So that's how it is. Now coming back to the another question, what exactly we do to build a huge team is like we've already shared the secret. The best secret in our business is there is no secret. If you're searching for a secret in this business, let me tell you, stop searching for secrets. Ramayana, I don't know, Mahabharata. There's a fictional, I mean, some literature will have this. There's a mon called Deer. கஸ்தூரிமான் அப்படி இருக்குமா? கஸ்தூரிமான் வந்து கஸ்தூரிமான் வந்து அதோட லைஃப் பூரா வந்து தேடிட்டே இருக்குமா. இட் வில் பி சர்ச்சிங் ஃபார் குட் ஸ்மெல், கஸ்தூரிமான். Then it will die. And one thing that deer didn't know is that actual good smell is from that deer itself. You know what I mean? Same way, Amway distributor will search for secret for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. There's no secret. Daily work ethics, daily preparation, daily mindset, focus on that eagle structure with a lot of sense of urgency. As Akila mentioned, build that strong friendship with them. I'll tell you something. 4 people will not leave this business. How many of you want to know the secret? These, if you do these 4 things, your business, I mean, either one of these 4 things, your team will not leave you. In fact, Amway India used to ask us, Sathish, the retention rate of your team is good. How exactly you do that? So that we can also implement this retention rate, this formula everywhere in all other states or all other, that's the exact question the top management used to ask us. People will not leave this business if they are into any one of these 4 things. The number one, if they love the product, they will not leave the business. Point number 1, if they love the product, they will not leave this business. Number 2, if they started making money in this business, when they make money, 100 ringgit, 200 ringgit, 500 ringgit, 1000 ringgit, they are not going to leave this business. Never. In India, we say the moment they make 10,000, 5,000 rupees, they're not going to leave this business. Nobody is not to leave this business. They make money. Third point, if they have a strong friendship with that upline, bonding, they're not going to leave you, leave business. They want to associate with the business for that solid friendship. Solid friendship. Good. That's the third point. And fourth point, even if they don't use the product, if they don't make money, even if they don't have any friendship with their upline, if they feel I'm getting educated through this business, my thought process, my life is getting better out of this business. Before this business, after this business, 2 months I'm into the business, 2 months I attend meetings, but before 2 months I was entirely different person. But every single day I'm learning new things now. My happy hormones are secreting endorphin, oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, all the happy hormones are secreting in my body because of this business. They're not going to leave you. They're not going to leave this business. Yeah, these are the thanks. Super fast, Aryan. I know, love the products, make money, love your upline, the friendship with your upline, and the value addition. They're not going to leave the business. When you focus on these 4 things, you're going to have solid business in Malaysia, and not only in Malaysia, across the world. I hope I answered your question, Doctor. What do you?
Thank you so much. I think that the 4 points is what you've mentioned, what Adrian has stated is indeed very, very true. And I think that, after using endorphins, oxytocins, and serotonin, I can call you Dr. Sathish now itself. Okay.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions? Any questions? Okay. I think you just nice the session tonight. I think I would like to thank you personally on behalf of Founders Exit Diamond, Gladstone, and Violet for taking the time to come into this platform. I know now down there now is 7:30, correct? It is 7:30 in India. 7:30 in India, and you all took your time to teach those people in Malaysia about the benefits and also the part of doing the Amway business. And those who are still in between these 4 categories, definitely throughout your session, they will want to do something more better in the Amway business. So I will thank you once again. Thank you for your time. And to all those here, I would like you all to give 10, 10, 10 to our speakers. Give your loves, your hearts, your whatever emoji, because you see, they deserve it. It was their effort, their time they took away from the family, as Akila said, to give you all value today. And this value, I think, it cannot be replaced, because the information they shared is just mind-blowing. Thank you so much once again to Sathish and Akila. Before we end the session, I would like to play a video on their lifestyle for you all to get inspired once again. Thank you, FCs. I will see you all once again. And God
Thank
bless you all.
you. Thank you, Cam. Thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you, the entire uh, Gladstone sir, Velet ma'am, entire family, entire team. Thank you very much, and looking forward to meet you all in Malaysia very soon. You know, we love Malaysia. We love the people, their accent, the way they speak Tamil, the roads, the cars, whatnot. You know, we love them. Looking forward to meet each one of you in person. Right? We'll definitely catch up very soon. We are going to spend time in beaches of the world. Right?
Amen.
And take it seriously. This business, nothing like this business ever, never, ever. You know, stay focused. You know, take one day at a time. Hit it very hard. Uh, all of us can literally smoke this business. Right? Thank you, Cam. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do